we're here with Representative Sharon Wylie with the 49th District. How are you?
I'm good, real good.
There's a week left of session. How do you feel?
That's right. Well, I think that things are coming together for the short term. I know that the Senate and the House both have their budgets out. They're different. They rely on slightly different revenue amounts, and they favor slightly different things, and those things will be worked out in conference committee. And there's some things I like better in the Senate budget, some things I like better in the House budget. But most importantly, as a freshman, I feel that the House budget listened to some of my concerns, and that feels really good. We were able to restore some of the cuts for vulnerable people. We were able to hang on to a large portion of levy equalization, which in the governor's budget was gone, and that's millions of dollars for Vancouver school districts.
This is a leap year. This is February 29th, and House Democrat freshmen did a very important thing with their extra day. So talk to us about the press conference this morning.
Well, one of the things that I was delighted to find when I got here was that there were a number of new legislators who were really smart and energetic, but they were also thinking about the long term. Every year we are in a crisis mode. We are patching together a budget, and the gap between how low-income people are taxed and how high-income people are taxed is wider than any other state in the country. And so what we're doing is trying to look to the long term and come up with strategies. And so we've got a two-tiered approach here.
There's 13 of you.
Oh, yeah. The baker's dozen.
The baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Okay, and you all come from different parts of the state?
Absolutely. Rural, urban, we're very diverse, from east of the mountains, west of the mountains, urban, rural. What we did was we provided examples of bills that we had introduced and which then got a hearing to look at different ways to structure our tax system over the long term. Last session, as you remember, the same group of freshmen that I had barely joined introduced a bill to take away a tax exemption on B&O tax earnings on mortgage interest earnings for large out-of-state banking institutions. And that's enough money right there just for the big guys on this one little product to restore small class sizes in kindergarten through third grade throughout the entire state, or to put into place full-day kindergarten for everybody.
And that bill last year
is now incorporated into the budget, and it means about $18 to $20 million more. And between measures like that, plus the fact that we seem to have hit bottom and be very slowly climbing out of our recession, and our caseloads for services are down. Those factors gave us a little bit more flexibility so that things were not quite as dire, but we also have to remember that those caseloads going down are partially to do with squeezing people out of services by squeezing eligibility standards and cutting staff so that people can't get through. They can't get on the rolls. They can't get help when they need it. Mm-hmm. So there's a number of cuts that some of us find are unacceptable. So we have to talk about what makes sense. For one thing, one of the things that we don't always talk about is we are an aging population. And anybody I know that's over 50 is starting to get rid of stuff, not buy stuff. Mm-hmm. And our whole economy in this state depends on buying stuff. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that there isn't enough money out there to pay for investing in the future, making sure that we have the high-tech jobs that we're going to have, and we're training people for them so we're not recruiting from out of state, and we can have the infrastructure so that we can take care of our people. The money's there. But we have a very awkward and dysfunctional taxing system, and we cannot and will not change it without building consensus with people.
And I understand towards the end of the press conference, you guys talked about during the interim you're going to have meetings with people from all over the place to talk about.
I'm really proud that the group is willing to do that. That was kind of my idea when we were talking about what are some of the concrete steps that are meaningful and useful that will keep the conversation going when people are not paying attention to what the legislature is doing here in Olympia. And I've had consulting projects where I went out and did public forums. We filmed them. We combine that with surveys. It can be done in a pretty cost-effective way. And we've got 13 people to put together a roadshow and go to at least 5 locations and have an open public forum. And that, for me, that means listening to people that don't agree with me, as well as people that are encouraging me to go in a particular direction.
Right. Well, before we go, viewers are probably watching, and if they count the heads, they'll see there's only 12, and that's because one of you was not there.
Our newest member, Drew Hansen, was stuck in traffic. He, thanks to technology, he was in touch and we knew where he was, but he couldn't make it.
All right. Well, good luck to you in this last week, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.